The Dallas Cowboys, Sean. I want you to describe to me in one word the Dallas Cowboys free agency this offseason.
One word?
Yeah, in one word, describe the Dallas Cowboys free agency.
Shit.
Shit?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Why do you think that? Why do you think it's been shit?
Because there's no urgency.
Right.
All right. Any Cowboy fans out there, if you're smart, we weren't going to go out there and get a big time free agent. I wasn't naive about that. Me and you talked about this, Josh. I didn't expect us to go out and get Calais Campbell or AJ Boye or Stephon Gilmore or all these big name free agents. No, I didn't expect that. We don't have the cap space. We don't. And so I understood we were going to lose Church. I knew we were probably going to lose
Brandon Carr.
I was kind of hoping we might try to bring back Claiborne because he was good for us when he was healthy last year.
Right.
And he left too. So we're pretty much down two corners. And honestly, we need to do something. There's talks about Richard Sherman being on the trading block. I'm not sure what Seattle really wants for him. Right. We do need a shutdown corner. I think that's a big thing we've been missing in our defense. That will actually help out our pass rush because if you can make that quarterback hold the ball a little bit longer, that pass rush can get there. And vice versa. If we get a really good pass rush, we can have a shitty secondary. So it kind of plays hand in hand. So we need to do something. We did get a defensive tackle. So we did sign some players. And we did. I'm surprised we signed Terrence Williams back. I thought he was gone for sure. But we got him back, so I thought that was great.
Yeah, you signed Stephen Paya, the tackle.
Paya. That's who it was.
Nolan Carroll. You guys signed Nolan Carroll. Demontre Moore.
Yeah. Nolan Carroll. He's got some potential. He had a good year or so, and then he's been kind of, mediocre or bad to bad.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can, get his shit together because I think he was a great talent when he went to Philly. Mm-hmm. He was actually pretty good, and we'll see what he can do in Dallas. But I think we're going to have to – we don't have a lot of cap space, so I'm not naive. I understand we're not going to make those big splashes. So what I think is going to happen is we're going to have to do it all in the draft, man. Our free agency is not looking great until we get rid of some of these big contracts. So,
well, there you go. Have it from a Dallas Cowboys fan. To me, I would sum up the Dallas Cowboys free agency as meh. I mean, Barry Church.
That's not a word, Josh.
It is in my world. Barry Church, Brandon Carr, Morris Claiborne, J. Wilcox, all those guys that you guys lost in free agency, they all combine a total of 0 Pro Bowls between them all. So,
that's why I was okay.
Are you really gonna? Do you really miss these guys? I mean, and
I was expecting them to be gone. I was. Only one I wanted back was only person I wanted back is Mo Claiborne. That's it.
And these guys that you guys signed, these guys are I see them as placeholders. They're not terrible players. They're not great players. They're just somebody to fill in the space. They're meh. Yeah, and so I mean, and the Cowboys, to the Cowboys fans, because I live here around the Dallas area, and I hear a lot of them, bitch about how the Cowboys should have went after Calais Campbell. They should have went after Gilmore or Boye, and they don't understand that you guys only had $7 million in cap space going into free agency.
There's no way we can sign these guys.
So there wasn't much room, to work with there. So So Dallas Cowboys got some work to do on defense, and like you were saying, they will have to do it through draft. Now, another thing that's the big elephant in the room with Dallas Cowboys and free agency is what are they going to do about Tony Romo? I mean, he's going to get cut. He's going to get traded. He's going back to being cut.
We were really hoping that something would fucking happen by now.
Everyone thought so. But tell us why they haven't, though.
Because they don't have to. There's no rush. And
business side of it makes sense, right?
Yeah, and a lot of fans have been getting frustrated. I'm frustrated in the sense of that I want to know.
I want to know where almost right?
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I understand what they're doing because they have all of the power right now. If a team really wants them, trade for them. Or we could be patient and hold on to them. And you know what? that's going to make them either force some moves or really see how serious these teams are. Houston, Denver, and we'll go from there. Because what this can do is if these other teams, and this actually works out for Romo's benefit too, because of this fact. Say the Houston Texans or Denver Broncos, they're like, okay, we really want Romo. Okay, Cowboys hold on to Romo, try to trade him. Okay, maybe they don't get the trade done, but they wait like 2-3 more weeks, and then all these other quarterbacks are picked up. Jay Cutler's to the Jets, or Geno Smith got signed to the Giants. What happens? The market is shrinking. Mm-hmm. That's better. When you don't have other options out there to compete with you, that means your value does go up a little bit. No, I'm not saying he's going to get a huge contract, but that does help him out because be like, hey, motherfuckers, if you don't sign me, what other options you got? So it kind of helps him in a sense if these teams are really that serious.
Now, Houston came out and said that they're fine with Savage. They're comfortable with Savage being their starting quarterback. I don't know how much truth there is to that.
Saying that
there is to that, but you know, like this Romo situation, it makes sense from the business side of it, which means to tell me that that Jerry Jones doesn't have all his fingers over it. I mean, you're going to expect me that Jerry Jones kind of grew up with that stuff? Because Jerry Jones likes it. He really, really loves his players, and he likes to take care of them. If this was like 5 years ago or whatever, Jerry Jones would have taken care of Romo and did the best for him, right? Yeah. But so to me, this has more so to do with his son. Like, because they're like they love Tony Romo, but they're really focusing on the business side of it, and their main focus isn't Tony Romo's future, and in business side, that makes sense.
Why I've been talking about this for years, and I've been telling you before we started this channel that I really feel like Stephen Jones is actually more of the puppet master in the background.
Pulling the strings, right?
While Jerry Jones is more the guy in the media just, blabbering it up. Because how many times have you heard Jerry say something and then the Cowboys come back and Steven's like, no. and you see that. And I love it, though. I do love it because ever since Stephen Jones kind of became more integrated into that franchise, we've been drafting better. We built one of the best offensive lines out there. I think he's very we got Tyron Smith. I think when he first started kind of getting integrated, Tyron Smith was one of our top ones. Him and Jason Garrett, I think, really came together and said, let's build this team. And they've been really patient, and it's worked. And we have one of the best offensive lines. We were smart enough to get Ezekiel Elliott last year, even though everybody was like, oh, you got to go defense. You got to go defense. Jalen Ramsey. Remember? Everybody wanted us to pick him. And they're really smart. They're playing it smart, and they're not just looking at it. Because you're right. Jerry Jones would already let him go. Jerry Jones overpays for players. They're not doing that anymore. We didn't sign Barry Church to this huge, massive contract. We let Brandon Carr go because his contract was ridiculous and stuff like that. So they're being smart. So don't overpay. Be patient, and things will happen.
But eventually, they will have to make a decision with Tony Romo because he cannot be on that roster.
Oh, he won't. He will not be.
That's not going to happen. It's time for the new era, Dak Prescott era, and it's going to be a good one for you guys, for the Cowboys fan base to witness for the next, 10, 12 seasons. So those are our thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys free agency. You guys let us know what you guys think about the Dallas Cowboys free agency. Are you upset with what they've been doing? How would you describe the Cowboys free agency? Let us know in the comments down below. Hey, if you enjoy these videos, then click these links down here below for some of our other videos.
And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and click that subscribe button to catch our future videos.
Yes. Do that. Do it now.
What he said.